Stress is one of those things in life. Hardly anyone is immune to it. It can even encounter those who have everything that one could dream of, yet there is still no satisfaction. Our key to living happy lives is not by eliminating our stress and anxiety. It is perhaps how we live with it. One of the ways that we can do this is by understanding our somatic reactions. In other words, how our body triggers and responds to stress. This refers us to what is called the Polyvagal theory, developed by psychologist Stephen Porgas, and further articulated by Kain and Stephen Terrel in his book, which is the subject of this video. I will not only talk to you about how our body reacts to stress, but more importantly, by knowing this, how it can make a positive impact towards our lives. There are ways we can untangle our minds from life's challenges by better understanding of ourselves and what is around us. Look through my library of videos under the Mind Philosophy brand, now rebranded to Mind Life. We have a network of nerves that runs from our brain down our spinal cord, called the autonomic nervous system. It is one of our connectors of our mind and body, and regulates the function of our lungs, hearts, and digestive systems. Our ANS is broken into two branches. There is firstly our sympathetic branch, which prepares us for activity, exercise, and sudden motion, making us alert when under threat to fight or flee, or if you call it, our on switch. Secondly, there is a parasympathetic branch, or if you call it, our off switch, which is of particular interest as it has within a major nerve called the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is split into two. Firstly, the ventral nerve, which is connected to the front of our brainstem, which soothes our stressful sympathetic defensive tendencies through mediative social contact, a process of connection and reasoning. It also conserves our bodies when under duress, but still spurs us into action without secreting stress chemicals. The second vagus nerve is called the dorsal, which connects to the rear of our brainstem. It also preserves our body in stress, although not as nuanced as its opposing ventral vagus. The dorsal reacts to stress through a state of physical immobilization and hopelessness, just like an animal that feigns its death to avoid a predator. It is our means of yielding to a psychological disassociation when we feel down and withdrawn from others, searching for a sense of security. So to briefly summarise, when we consider how we act towards stress, we work within a network of nerves from our brain to spinal cord, called the autonomic nervous system. And our ANS is split into two branches of nerves. Our sympathetic, acting as our on switch for activity and alertness in defence. Then our parasympathetic vagus nerves, our off switch acting to ease our defensive sympathetic tensions, either in a ventral mediative measure or a withdrawn dorsal state. The greater the intensity of our physiology in reaction to stresses, the higher price we pay in wear and tear of our bodies. As the body is forced to adapt to repeated challenges, our physiological reactivity increases, all the cost of doing business. So why is knowing these facts so important for us in managing stress in our daily lives? At birth, the functions of our alert, sympathetic and withdrawn dorsal systems are physiologically available at our readiness. Our ventral mediative nerves, though, develops as we mature. So as we experience stress, our instincts resort to our survival modes to protect us. When we are in anger, react in revenge, or retort in a pitiful retreat. And as we do this, it carries its costs. As to be constantly in an extreme alert will damage and overload us mentally and physically. It taxes our bodies, it affects our digestion, heart flow and immune system. So it is through this knowledge that we can realise we are capable of not only our reactionary survival modes, but also a method of proactive self-sufficiency. And this allows us to utilise nuanced ways of dealing with stress through engaging others, through self-reflection and articulating how we speak, showing courage to act even when we're challenged. It makes us aware of our bodily reactions and mindful towards its afflictions, and understanding the connectivity between our mind and body. As when we catch ourselves, it can provide us the behavioural capacity to deal with complexity. And let's face it, our lives aren't getting any simpler. It is through our character that our motives become united. It redefines the term mind over matter to mind with matter.